Mont Wilson.
When I see a dead skunk in the middle of the road, I think of my father.
Oh.
Yes, I know. It's not as bad as you think. He didn't have a body odor which could peel the glaze off a clay pot. Although his peppy Le Pew infidelities caused my mother to divorce him and left a loaded stink in my family for years. No, I have happy dead skunk memories. Back to the time my father picked me up from the Albuquerque airport, or perhaps he was driving me back from Santa Fe because he was a sculptor. There were lots of galleries there. In any event, we were in New Mexico, driving along this desert highway. We passed a dead skunk in the middle of the road. I mean, that dead skunk from head to tail was perfectly lined up, stripes in the middle of the road. It was as if the road had a stripe, skunk, stripe, and kept going without skipping a stripe. I gagged on the order, turned to my father and said, "Hey, Dad, what are the odds of that? That dead skunk was perfectly lined up, the stripes in the middle of the road." My father turned to me and said, "I guess that dead skunk gave us all to improve highway safety." My travels with my father in New Mexico increased in frequency as he aged. When you know your father's going to die, you can bury the hatchet without burying the hatchet in his head. During one visit, his stepdaughter, her husband, and two small children were moving into a new house, and they asked us to set up the bed in the master bedroom. Now, there are 3 reasons why I feel uncomfortable assembling a bed with my father. S-E-X, sex. S is for screwdriver, because when we were assembling this bed, we had to screw it to the place, the frame and the slats of the mattress. So we're passing my Swiss Army knife back and forth, shout to one another, "Is it screwed in tight on your side?" "No." "Is it screwed in tight on yours?" Screw is a word I feel uncomfortable using around my father in any context. E is for entrance, because when you are assembling a bed for a young couple, you naturally think about their entrance into various body orifices after you finish assembling the bed. Thinking about sex in my father's presence is something I prefer not to do. That's like watching porn together. And X is for ex-wife, my mother, who, when she came back from a trip to Texas one year, smelled the house and said, "Trash always leaves a trail." It's like a scent that goes from the bedroom to the bathroom. "There's been another woman in my house." My father and I never talking about the divorce. So there we are, S-E-X, and I'm griping that I'm wasting half of my Saturday assembling this bed, thinking things I do not want to think. But then the thought struck me. When was the last time you assembled anything with your father? My parents divorced when I was 6. And I never had the opportunity to assemble a kite or a bike. Not a birdhouse or a doghouse. Assembling a bed with my father took on a whole new meaning. We were spending quality time together. My father was up there in years, and he really should be assembling a bed at his age. But together we did it. 2 bald black men. And I realized I will never have this opportunity again. So celebrate it. Celebrate the small moments, the in-between moments, the moments that make you feel embarrassed or uneasy. Because when your loved ones are gone, it will be these small moments you celebrate and remember. My father died of prostate cancer 3 years later. And as sad as his loss is to me, I smile whenever I pass a dead skunk, not in the middle of the road. I say, as if my father sat beside me, "That dead skunk's a little too far over to the left. That dead skunk's a little too far over to the right. That dead skunk's across the road instead of line up and strike down the middle." Now, I'm not going to pick up the dead skunk on the side of the road and put it down the middle just to end my search. No. And I'm not going to drive over a skunk at the precise moment it crosses the middle of the road. No. I'm going to keep searching. On one day, on that highway to heaven, I'm going to find that dead skunk with the stripe, light with the stripe in the middle of the road, and I'm going to look at the heaven and say, "Hey, Dad, what are the odds of that?" Thank you.
more, and then we're going to take a little break. Emily.